farms may not have the volume of product that is needed to serve a large sort of institution who serves food. And this will allow, for example, we use the example of like carrots, to come in, be aggregated from multiple farms in one central location located at the regional market, and then processed there as well. So if the order from the school districts is for carrot coins, that raw product can come into the market and be processed right there into the coins, packaged, stored, possibly do the flash freezing there as well with that equipment, and then distributed to the school districts for use in their meal programs. So it's we're really excited about this one because it brings a win to a bunch of different sectors: the agriculture sector, the school education sector, and our regional market, to think about how we can change some systems to address food insecurity in our region and keep those local dollars here.
Great.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's phenomenal when you look at the big picture, what we're trying to do with the regional market to bring this money in. It achieves one of the goals set some time back by Bill Fisher when he talked about what he envisioned for the market. And I commend your office for securing this grant. Well done.
What about summers when school's not in session?
Well, a lot of schools do still have summer feeding programs. I know the Syracuse City School District operates sites all around. There will be, why this is helpful, because of the processing aspect of it, we can, because our growing season is a little bit shorter, by having the ability to freeze, process, and store a lot of these products, we won't have to get them out the door as quickly as maybe in the past when we didn't have the capacity to do that processing on site. So I think that, let's say strawberries are not going to be around when school starts back up in the fall, but we could theoretically harvest, process, freeze, and then have those available for smoothies and things like that for the districts to take advantage of down the line.
So this is written exclusively for school districts?
Yep.
So nothing for food pantries, nothing for peace luncheons, nothing for Meals on Wheels? Yep. Those other, groups that provide food for insecure situations?
Yep, so this particular grant opportunity was to increase and enhance the farm to school program. So it is specifically targeted to school meal programs. Although we think that if we can but like sort of work out all of the processes with the school districts, that there would be potential there to scale it to other institutions, like maybe hospitals might want to get in on it, or nursing homes, long-term care facilities, any kind of facility that is providing meals for a large group of people and who is interested in sourcing locally could potentially participate.
So looking at the packet here, it sounds like this is focused more on the equipment and supplies side of things. What are we looking at as far as labor? Are these county employees that will be involved in packaging, preparation, distribution? How does that work?
So I think you're right. The budget is largely focused on equipping the facility, the flash freezing lines. There's actually also, as part of this project, a proposal for a commercial kitchen to have some teaching and workforce development and training, and all the equipment for that is built in here as well. But it would be market staff. They're going to be, Russo Produce is a partner in this. The Upstate New York Growers and Packers is going to be a partner in this as well. So I think Upstate New York Growers and Packers, their role would be to find those small and mid-sized farms that are interested in aggregating their product, and then bringing that to this facility that Russo Produce is sort of already set up in a way to scale their operations to make sure that they have the staff that would be technically doing the work, and they're prepared to invest some of their own capital as a match for this project to make sure that it's going to continue to be successful.
Will the money that we we spend from this grant, I see it has a timeline in here. Will that be more front-loaded in terms of a lot of the capital costs, or will it be more spread out? What are we looking at as far as that goes?
Well, the first year to maybe year and a half, technically this started in mid of March and we don't have a contract or anything yet, so we're gonna be a little bit delayed on the timeline, but the first year or so is gonna be planning, design, yeah, all of that, and I think the equipment purchase will largely be in years 2 and 3, and then year 4 and 5 is gonna be really making sure that we are promoting this heavily, doing a lot of education around for the schools, but also for the farmers and just making sure that we can operationalize the whole thing. I think, and again, I haven't seen a contract from the state yet, but my sense is that the funds will be dispersed to us as we spend them. It's not gonna be like hard and fast, $1 million this year, $1 million
Sure.
the next year, so I think we'll have some flexibility there.
Will the county retain ownership of the equipment?
That, I think, was discussed, that when the end of the 5 years comes up, the equipment may be purchased from us for a nominal price.
Okay. So in the meantime, if there were any issues, would we be responsible for the upkeep and maintenance as well?
I would anticipate that if we owned it, we likely would, but we could potentially consider whether these funds could be leveraged to support that too.
Sure. Bigger picture, there are a lot of conversations around the regional market right now. How does this project fit within the broader picture? Is this something that we're able to proceed on regardless of whatever funding we do or don't have for the rest of the project?
Yes, everyone who helped with this, pull this application together was really conscious of the fact that there was potential for other funds to come in, but they weren't guaranteed, so we wrote it with that flexibility in mind. Ideally, it would have been part of a much larger investment in the market, but I think that having these funds and being able to proceed with this now may actually position the market in a better place to continue to advocate for that investment in future years.
So we're not handcuffed in any way.
We're gonna keep moving ahead.
Great.
Is the regional market charging you rent for using their facilities?
They are working with their current vendors, so Russo Produce, they'll continue to pay rent for this space if they're the ones that are gonna be operating it primarily.
All right, if there are no other questions, I'll take a Legislator McCarron motion. And do I have a second?
Second.
Legislator Harvey, all in favor? Aye. Okay, motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll move on to the Department of Adult and Long-Term Care. Thank you.
So thank you very much for inviting us here today to tell you about our successful, very successful Senior Center grant for 2023 and 2024. So yesterday I was able to drop off our handouts that were created by our staff member here, Kelly Farley, and everyone knows Maria Mahar, of course. So both of them were very critical in making this process a success. So I think what we want to start with is what our final total was for funding. We received $1 million, and then we had other funding as well from various sources in adult and long-term care services. So we had 18 senior centers apply for funding. We funded 17 of them. We would have funded 18, but one of them had not adjudicated the contract yet, so I can talk about that in a little bit. So our total expenditures to date for this particular initiative is $1,212,729.38. So
Appreciate the precision.
and a little bit of change there. So I know that We dropped this off yesterday, thank you, Debbie, so I'm not sure if you've had a little bit of time to look at it, but I'm just gonna go over briefly what the senior centers were involved in, what they received. And the first one I'm gonna talk about is Camilla Senior Center. The Camilla Senior Center was initially awarded $100,000, but as their renovations went on, the final bill to us was $54,590. So they did a lot of repairs and replacement of structural concrete support piers. They did a lot of the parking lot, that type of thing. Their second thing that they were going to do was handicap accessible improvements, maybe some ADA work in the kitchen or in the bathrooms. They did not complete that project. So that is why they received the original bill for $54,590. Cottonwood Senior Center in Baldwinsville received an amount of, the amount was $100,000. They spent $100,000. Basically, their expenditure was for a new roof. And as you can see from some of the comments that they made, everybody that received funding from this particular grant was so very grateful. Cicero Senior Center was originally awarded $99,944.26. And they spent $99,000. They spent that. $99,944.26. So they did a lot of work. They purchased a minivan. A couple of the senior centers did that as well. They did some external updates, including a newly built pavilion. And they replaced all the old carpets. So they really did a lot with that money. So we're very happy for them. Clay Senior Center was originally awarded $31,526.16. So they didn't spend all that money. They did spend $26,227.51, and they basically refurbished their outdoor recreation area and built a new gazebo. The Dunbar Association. So our department's long been a partner with Dunbar on so many, many, many initiatives. And we were so thrilled that they were able to spend their $100,000 on the purchase of a new furnace HVAC system. And I remember spending many, many, many summers there. I know Maria has too, with when they were serving lunches, and it needed a new HVAC system. It was hot. And now they have it, and everyone's enjoying it, so really, really happy about that. And the executive director said, thank you for improving their quality of life. So these are the types of things that money in Onondaga County was able to achieve. So we're very proud. Fayetteville Senior Center. Fayetteville Senior Center was awarded $100,000, and they spent $85,310.93. So they did a lot. They replaced new windows, they bought new windows, they did some electrical updates, and then bathroom facilities and things like that for ADA purposes. So they did a lot of work with that money as well. The Frank DeFrancisco Eastwood Community Center, which is Peace Incorporated, spent their $100,000 allocation. They did basically a new roof, and they did a lot of other smaller things as well. They replaced some old flooring, those kinds of things. And their comments was, with the funding from Onondaga County, Peace Incorporated, Frank DeFrancisco Eastwood Community Center remains a safe, welcoming, and vibrant space for seniors to connect, thrive, and feel at home. I like that. So the John Carno Senior Recreation Center in Geddes was originally awarded $91,650, but when their invoices came in, we had $92,879.64, so we went ahead and did it. So what they did is they did updates to the first and second floor bathrooms to meet ADA requirements. They put in a security system with cameras and lighting to improve the safety of the building and make it easier for seniors to navigate. So they did a great job as well, and they did some updates to their kitchens. They had new appliances, a commercial sink, stove, dishwasher, and a brand new prep place. Huntington Family Centers. Huntington Family Centers was awarded $100,000. And the first thing they did was they purchased a new Toyota Sienna minivan for about $50,000. And then they put the remaining $50,000 into updating their kitchen. They got a new refrigerator, a new dishwasher, 2 new sinks, a garbage disposal, new flooring, and everything had a brush coat of paint. The Jordan Elbridge Community Center. The Jordan Elbridge Community Center asked for and received $23,860 for new audio video equipment. And you know, since that time, I've been there a lot, and it's definitely a wonderful improvement. So we were very happy about that. I'm going to skip over the town of Lafayette for just a second and go on to the Manlius Senior Center. The Manlius Senior Center was awarded, again, $100,000 to spend, and they spent $63,482.68. And what they did is it was kind of very creative, I thought. They renovated a storage room and created a new space to play cards, to have dedicated lunches. They did a lot of, just renovated the space so they can get more use out of it, and because their senior population there is very great. So we're very happy about that. Excuse me, Marcellus Welcome Center was originally awarded $79,700, and they ended up spending $45,990.57. Their Welcome Center included new upgrades for electrical upgrades, insulation, siding on the building, and exterior lighting. Onondaga Senior Center. Onondaga Senior Center was asked for and awarded $19,711.31. What they did is they replaced all the lighting in the buildings with LED lights, and they installed fire doors. Sage Upstate. Sage Upstate received $12,062.01. And that was to install carpeting and vinyl flooring in their center. So we're very happy about that. And Sage Executive Director Kim Dill said, having a space that is affirming and safe is one of the most important things we do at Sage. So they were very happy to have that. Getting close to the end. Town of Skaneateles Parks Department asked for and received $100,000 to resurface and widen the half-mile walking path at Austin Park. I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my to-do list for this summer. So they did a great job, and I think the picture is right there. So. Syracuse Northeast Community Center was awarded $92,000. When we received their invoices, we upped it to $94,000. They purchased a new van for senior transportation. Then they decided to go indoors, and they replaced dishwashers. They got new tables and chairs, so they really did a wonderful job. Syracuse Community Center is a wonderful organization, so we're very proud to be able to do that for them. I think I'm talking too much. Almost last but not least is Westcott Community Center. Westcott Community Center was awarded $1,000, and they got the prize for being the closest. They spent $99,780.47. So they did a myriad of improvements inside their senior center. They got new tables and chairs. They replaced the original windows. They purchased bariatric furniture. They just did everything that they could do to upgrade their center. So we were very happy about that. So lastly, I want to talk about the town of Lafayette. So the town of Lafayette was awarded $100,000 for new flooring, for renovating their kitchen, their bathrooms, and yes, another HVAC system. So everything was, it took a while, and these were completed, as you can see from the picture here that Taylor took. But the contract was not signed. So we still have not finalized this particular senior center. We've contacted them, we've contacted them, and they were going to bring this signed contract back, and that has not occurred yet. So we'll be working on that. So.
But that money is set aside and appropriated?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, oh yeah, yeah.
Just get Dave Knapp on.
Yeah. So that's not part of the $1,212,728.38.
No?
So it was really a unique opportunity for us to go to the senior centers like Maria and Taylor did, to see those renovations come to life, and to see how many seniors really responded to it, and really how much safer the senior centers are now because of those renovations, particularly with the Americans with Disabilities Act. So we were just thrilled to have this money. So.
Well, that's one of the comments I was going to make. I'm really glad to see that we're making an impact throughout the county at these 17 sites, and especially with a lot of the work that we're doing as far as ADA compliance, because it's all well and good to offer great programming, but if people don't have access to the building, then it's not going to won't have the impact that we'd like it to. And other things that seem to be common threads were a lot of work on things like insulation, HVAC equipment, energy efficient lighting. So it's nice to hear that the county was able to contribute upfront on some of these capital projects to save money in that regard, but also to have some forward-looking prospective savings as these centers become more energy efficient. So I think that's terrific.
We were so excited we really were excited to do this. You know, we have our everyday business like everybody else, but when this type of an opportunity comes along, it really incites us and makes us happy. And everyone was so very much appreciative of this.
And I can say that's true. I spoke to Sherry at the town of Onondaga, and they were exactly what you said, cost saving moving forward to LED lighting where they use theirs. And, she used the term transformative for what we're able to do for some of the seniors that wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So I think it's great what you guys did.
Absolutely. So
throughout all these projects, was there any degree of needs assessment beyond what we were able to accomplish with these projects? Do we have any idea of where the next steps might be in terms of capital projects that these centers might be looking at?
we do have another senior center grant in the works. So we're really still in the process of it. So I'm hoping that the response that we get will be very similar to what we had here, so we can continue this. was $250,000, I believe, for this particular, not for this one, but for the one that we're working on right now. So, so we're excited about that too, and please welcome us back so we can tell you all about it.
Absolutely.
So it's 100,000 was the current one you were just completing. And then there's the 12,000 one that's in the works.
That's in the works.
And what's the 50,000, did you say? Did I understand?
Well, it was $250,000 that for the grant and for the second project. And so if, you know, with all of the senior centers, we looked at the cost of, you know, how we could divvy that money up. So it was $12,000.
Okay, so basically you're spending down the 250,000. Because not every senior center used it, the 100,000. Okay.
So the one that's in the works right now is $250,000. So total, that's the total we can spend, and that was allocated. We have 18 or 21 senior centers here in Onondaga County, senior or community centers. So when we divided that up, it was about $12,000. But just like what you're talking about, and just like we said here in this particular report, we were able to, if somebody didn't spend all of the allocation, we were able to give them money. We don't want the money. We want to get it out.
Yeah.
And, you know, with you having in your district 3 centers, that was good.
Right. It's interesting though, when you look at a center buying a van, for example, for transportation, that's a major issue for most of the outlying senior centers is transportation. And to have the funds to buy a van to help get people around is wonderful.
Yeah. So there is, speaking of buying vans, there is New York State Department of Transportation has that 5310 grant that goes out every 2 years, and it should be coming up at the end of this year. And one of the things that they do is give senior centers money for vans. So I have been able to, we've been able as a department over many years to cash in on those grants. We don't have a van, but we get money to provide transportation services. So when that comes, I will get in touch. And Rita and I did, oh gosh, years ago, worked together on a grant. So I think
I know that center has two. They have a full-size van and then they have a minivan to shuffle people around. And, and if you live in an urban area where Central, you know, is involved, that's different than if you're out in the country trying to get one place to the next. It's a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like Rich, you know, living in Onondaga, you know.
I know one farm to the other is hard out there in Elbridge, you know? Gotta ride your horse.
But I think most legislators really appreciated this program to help their centers.
And the transportation piece is a terrific supplement to what we talked about, I think just before budget last year, with some of the county programs that are able to, you know, get people to their medical appointments, get people to the grocery store, get people to social outings. So it's an important thing to take care of, and I'm glad that the county's involved with it.
Yeah, we love transportation. Yeah. We love it. We love transportation because, you know, that's the key to ending isolation.
Sure.
Get them out, get them to the senior centers or wherever they want to go.
Are you going to have the summer peace lunches at the regional market this year?
Yes, and we've increased the number of lunches.
Oh.
So it used to be, I think we had 4, now we're up to 7. So it's going to be a very comprehensive lunch program.
We're going to be handing out coupons, and we're going to have neighborhood advisors there to help connect clients to all the different services that we have, and some nutrition education. And we're fortunate enough this year because the state had extra money from ARPA, or not from ARPA, from the stimulus money, and they increased our allocation of farmers market coupons by 50%. So we'll be getting, last year we got 3,000 booklets of coupons worth $25 a piece. This year we got 4,500. So that's a lot of money pouring into Onondaga County. So we're excited. got to make sure the seniors come and pick them up. But yeah, so what we're going to do is the lunch programs are going to be based on what farmers are selling at that time at peak season. So the site, the P site, is going to go get the produce from the farmer, and also, besides vegetables and also fruits, and serve it as part of the dining site. So it's just like a whole community program that we're really excited about. But thank you for asking.
Because I'd like to see some of the centers use that as a day trip to go
They
in
do,
for lunch.
so,
Mass advertisement to all the different senior centers and also our social media. And what you do have is you have the Salvation Army, Huntington, everybody that has a van comes in and they start, and we'll get 100 people there.
It's really impressive.
it is impressive.
We don't have the van, Ken, can we borrow yours from Albridge?
Yeah, we'll come and pick you up.
You should come, it's a great way.
Is it to see all your constituents, to come in and just present whenever you want to? How about if I send you a list of all the different times? Yeah. And then you get to go to the market. Right.
It's a win-win all the way around.
Any other discussion? Any other questions?
This is wonderful, thank you.
Well, it's just informational, no votes needed, so thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
and
very
for all the
much.
work that you do. This meeting is adjourned.
Right on spot on, brother. I saw you. I see it. I appreciate you thinking of that.